Well, if you're watching this video, you're actually either interested in learning about the Agimat 2020 or you already have the Agimat 2020. Either way it go, you came to the right place because I actually have mastered how to use this great indicator. Um, and if you're watching this video live, we're going to have some question and answers pretty soon. But if you just so happen to be watching this on social media like Facebook or YouTube, I just want to first let you know that we do have a trade room where we will be doing trading and talking about the Agiment signals on a weekly basis. And in this video, you will see a link to the new Telegram. It's the Agiment Trade Room. It's a brand new Telegram. This is something that I had been looking for when I bought the Agimat indicator. I was looking for some type of a trade room, some type of a live interaction, so I could talk to other traders and get their ideas, and they could hear mine. And it was not out there. So what I decided was I was going to create it myself and invite other traders in on it. So this is January 1st, 2020. We're about to kick the year off. Very, very successful here, getting many pips. So in this video on the link, you will see this link where you can join the Telegram, and to find me on Facebook, you will also see the link where every Tuesday Eastern Standard Time at 7:30 p.m. we will be doing live presentations on how the best practice on using the Agimat. So let's get straight to it. If you have the Agimat 2020, your screen probably looks a little something like this, okay? Just to give you a short, what you see on my screen is the New Zealand Japanese yen pair, okay? And right now, what you see is Hakanashi candles. You got this Amway line, and then you have these signal lines, okay? Most of the people that trade this with this indicator, what they've been taught is you get in the trade after you get this confirmation box here. And this, for an example, would be a sale. But if you would have got into this sale, immediately the price jumped up here, okay? And then again, if you wanted to get into a buy, you would have got into your buy on this particular close of this candle. And keep in mind, this is a 1 hour chart. You would have got in this buy right here, okay? You would have got you 10 pips or whatever, but then it immediately turned around on you. But if you catch this next signal, there's a close right there. You could have got you 20 pips on this drop right here. That would have been a good trade. I kept getting frustrated because most of my trades, I would get in this scenario. It gives me the confirmation, and then I get in for the sell, and then it goes the other way. And I was trying to figure out, well, why is it doing that? Well, come to realize the best way to use the Agimat is not really to wait on these signals. By the time these signals go off, in most cases, it's too late to get in the signal. What you'll want to pay attention to, and I don't know if you guys can see this, but what you'll want to pay attention to is you'll want to pay attention to these lines. Now, I don't like the way this is the actual default setting for the Agimat. It's just gray background, and it doesn't do good for my eyes. I don't like it. So this is just so you all can see. But this is what I use. I use it like this, okay? So let me explain to you what you see here. So this is still the Agimat, but if you can tell, my lines on the chart are a little bit more defined. Okay, you can see a line right here. This is a dotted line. If you can see where this green line is the actual price, where current price is. But if you look right there, the dotted line shows you that's another market maker place. And you see it says sweet spot 73,250. And then right here, you can see this line right here, sweet spot, 7,300. And you see this line here, this line, so I can see it better. Also, behind the Hakanashi candles, you see a green box, a burgundy box, and you see a blue box. These boxes are session boxes. This is the Asian session. The green box is the Asian session, okay? The burgundy box is the London session. The blue box is the New York session. So that's what you see. Okay, now you also will see the Hakanashi candles. Okay, so again, let me explain to you what I was talking to you about. Okay, so most people, and Dennis is an awesome programmer. This is the best trading indicator. There's no other indicator that's better than this. I don't care what you're paying for, what indicators out there. There's nothing better than this. Okay, but even Dennis says, once you get this strong move right here, this signal, you would have sold right here. And look what happens when it sells right here. It actually stops at this line and turns around. Okay, so you would have sold, remember I told you, and the price immediately went against you. Immediately. Now, right here in this blue box, right here, this is the blue box. When this strong sell confirmation happened, you just so happen would have got a drop, but this is the Sydney session, so the spread would have been so high that you wouldn't have made any pips. Okay, so this is how they use the signal. They wait on the confirmation box. That's not how I use it. Okay, for the prime example, let's just act like that's not gonna work. All right, so let's act like you don't see any of this. Okay, let's act like you see none of this. Let's just say the only thing you see is this right here. Okay, what you notice is the price gets up to this key level and it rejects it. The way I use the Agimat is I wait till the price gets back up to that same level and I sell from that price. Okay, you get it? So the price, notice the price got up here during this New York session and it dropped. Now during the Asian session, it got right back up there and it sold from right there. Now notice these confirmations are coming after the fact, but what if you can get in right on the line where you know rejection is going to happen? And notice how these prices respect the candles are respecting the price line. Even when it dropped down during the Sydney session, it drops right down to a line. Okay, and the next, and so this is the Asian session. It dropped down here, and during the London session, it got right back down here. Okay, and what happened during the London session? When it dropped down, what did it do, guys? It went right back up to here, right? Right? So what happened today? The price dropped down in this area. Where's it going, guys? It's going back to this line. Now notice, if you wait until this confirmation close, you're late and it turns around on you. So the confirmation works on way higher time frames. So I'll show you a prime example. So let's just say if we went to the 4 hour. If we went to the 4 hour, basically the last strong signal that happened all the way down here on the 18th, I believe. 19. On the 19th, you had a strong buy sell, right? So pretty much until you get a strong sell signal, it's safe that all of this in between on lower time frames, anytime you got a strong confirmation, that'd be good to go. But I don't trade with the confirmations. I trade with the levels, because if you pay attention to the levels and the actual structure is being built off of the levels. Let's look at a naked chart. Now, see, this is a naked chart. This is how I used to trade, and I didn't understand Well, why is the price stopping right here? And why is the price stopping right here? Well, with this Agimat, I know that the price is stopping right there because there's a price line there. And so the movement in the market is not random. Like, I used to think that it was just some random thing that was happening. It's not random. The candles are trying to get to a certain price point. Okay, so let's take a look at another example. Okay, let me see. I saw one. I want to find a good buy one. Yeah, here we go. So this is a good example. Good example. Okay, so this is again. I want you to remember. This is the green box is the Asian session. Okay. Now notice the price fell to this line. It fell to this line and it pushed up. Okay. Now, as a trader, what I'm going to do is, because I've seen this big bullish move up, the next time the price gets to that line, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to be prepared to buy from that line. So basically, I'm using these lines as what you call support and resistance, okay? Now, that's something that most traders know about. Support is when the price stops and can't go any lower, okay? That's what support is. And if you see support happen right here, the price pushed down, it stopped, and it went up. It pushed down again to the same exact line. And this is where I would buy. This is why my entries are so good. I would buy right here, and it pushed up for 40 pips. Now, in the next day, what happened? The price comes down here, plays around a little bit, and because this price line was so strong, it pushes it all the way up again. I can't make this stuff up. What happens again? So the price get pushed all the way up here, and then the price gets pushed down. What happens? It pushes all the way back up again. But look at what it's doing, though. It's not only pushing up from here, it's also falling down from up here. Because look what happens. The price pushed up from here, and it fell down 70 pips. So look what happened every time the price came up here to this level. Every time the price comes up here to this level, it pushes down. So this is an easy way to project or predict what the market might do based on the price that's on the chart. I now notice the indicator is also sometimes the indicator is not too late. So for the prime example, you got your confirmation here, and it did push down right here, so you would have got 15 pips. But if you didn't close out your trade, it went backwards on you, back to this line. So now you're 20 pips negative versus you trying to take trades off the line. I only take trades around these market maker lines, okay? So I'm going to unmute for questions now. Notice I didn't talk about the MEQ, and I didn't talk about this indicator here. That's just another part that I use. I don't want the video to be too long, but since I have a few visitors, I'm gonna unmute for questions. Unmute all. Is there any questions that you want to ask me?
Do you use a scanner, the Agimat scanner?
Yes, I actually do. I use the ultimate scanner, as a matter of fact. I don't want to get into that on this recording, so I'm actually gonna see if JoJo has any other questions, and I'll stop recording, and then we can go into that. So I see, who was that just spoke? Was that you? Who was that? Was that JoJo or was that Dale?
It's Shola.
Okay, got it. JoJo, did you have any questions? Because I'm finna mute the line. I'm sorry, I'm finna stop the recording, and then we can talk about that scanner. Okay. Well, cool. Well, what I'll do is I'll stop recording here. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, remember you will find a link in the description that you'll be able to join this new trade room where we discuss the Agimat. And you can also find me on Facebook, okay? All right. So let me stop the recording.